Hi, I'm Sharon. Welcome to my channel. And in this video, I'm going to take you through a short Pilates routine, which is great if you're suffering with lower back pain. A lot of people come to Pilates because they have back pain. And I do always recommend that you seek the advice of a medical professional first, whether that's your doctor, an osteopath, a chiropractor, or physiotherapist. See what's going on, and if they give you the all clear, or maybe your back pain is just because you've been sitting at your desk for too long during the day, or maybe you've been out in the garden all day and it just feels a little bit tight, a little bit stiff, then this short workout will really help. You will need either a Pilates ball, so one of these soft squidgy balls, but if you don't have one of those, a cushion is great, or a rolled up towel. We're going to pop it between the knees, so you could fold a cushion up, doesn't need to be too big, or roll up a towel, and you could use that as well. Okay, so let's come down onto your back. Bend your knees so that your feet are flat on the floor. And before we focus on the lower back, I want you to just check the position of your head and your neck. Can you get really good length through the back of the neck? Or do you need something just to go underneath your head and lift your head slightly? Often when we lie on the floor, we find that the chin is lifting up. And you can nod your head and bring that chin down. But if you still feel a little bit of shortness through the back of the neck, just a small folded towel underneath your head will really help. So once you're comfortable through the top of the spine, we're going to focus on the lower back. I want you to start with a natural curve through your lower spine and gently tilt the pelvis back. So we're going to press the lower back down towards the floor, and then we're going to tip the pelvis forward and let the lower back lift. So you're gently rocking, you're tilting the pelvis and pushing the lower back into the floor, and then tilting the other way. And this is a great way to mobilize through the lower back, particularly if you've been sitting at a desk all day, or maybe you've been driving for long hours. Just start to get that lower back moving. Now bring the spine back to where you have that natural curve through the lower back, and then you're going to grab your ball or your folded cushion or your towel and place it between your knees. Now as you tilt your lower back down into the floor, I want you to gently squeeze on your ball. So we're going to tilt the pelvis, squeeze. You'll feel those inner thighs start to activate. And then as we tilt the other way, we're going to release the squeeze. And then we can start to do that with the breath. So breathe out as you tilt the pelvis back and squeeze the ball. And then breathe in as you release. Exhale, tilt the pelvis, squeeze your ball or your cushion. Inhale and release. Do that one more time. Exhale as you tilt and squeeze. Inhale and release. Now bring your feet a little bit closer to your bum, and we'll start to mobilize through the spine a little bit more. As we start to lift the spine off the floor, you only need to come up as far as it's comfortable for you to go. So we're going to breathe out again, tilt the pelvis, squeeze the ball, but we're going to start coming all the way up off the floor. So you're going to push down into your feet and start to lift the spine. Nice and slowly. Once you're up as high as you can comfortably go, we're going to come back down, one vertebrae at a time, still with that squeeze on the ball, And then as we come back to neutral, where we have that natural curve through the lower back, we're going to release the squeeze. So let's start again. Take a deep breath in. Breathe out. Slowly tilt the pelvis, squeeze the ball, peeling away from the floor. Take a breath in. And then exhale and come slowly back down again. All the way back to neutral. Relax the legs. Exhale, tilt the pelvis, squeezing on that ball, coming slowly up. Inhale. Exhale, roll the spine back down, one vertebrae at a time. Come back into neutral. Release the squeeze on the ball. We'll do that one more time. Exhale, tilt and squeeze. And slowly up. And then slowly back down again. And then you can remove what you have between the knees. If you turn yourself, roll the whole body over onto one side and pushing up. And we're going to come around onto your hands and knees. So you're going to have your hands right underneath your shoulders and your knees under your hips. You want the spine to be as close to neutral as possible. So make sure that you're not dipping through the lower back here, but at the same time we're not rounding through the spine. Slide your shoulder blades down your back, lengthen through the back of your neck, and then your right leg is going to extend out behind you. Just keeping the front of the foot on the floor. Lengthen, and then bring that leg back so the knee goes back underneath the hip. And then do the same with the left. Slide the foot along the floor, lengthen, and bring that knee under the hip. And what we're focusing on here is keeping the torso and the pelvis in particular really stable. And we're going to do that with the breath. So as you lengthen your leg, you're breathing out. So you exhale, lengthen. And inhale, slide the leg back, bring the knee under the hip again. Exhale the other side, lengthen the leg. Keep that pelvis level. And inhale back. Now you can continue and do a few more of those. If you feel quite stable in this position, we can add a little lift. So we exhale, and as we lengthen, we float the foot off the floor. And then inhale and bring it back under the body. And the other side, exhale, lengthen but with a small lift. Inhale. Bring that back. Exhale, lengthen and lift. So that pelvis doesn't tip forward or back, but also you're going to keep it still. You're going to stop it from shifting side to side. Let's do one more. Lengthen and lift, and bring that knee back, and then take the weight off the hands. Sometimes that can feel a little bit cranky on the wrists, so we'll just roll the hands around a few times. Okay, we're going to come down onto your front now. So lying face down with your arms at the side. I want you to create some length through the back of your neck here. So rather than sitting with your chin on the floor looking forward, I want you to look down at the floor and keep that length in the back of your neck. Your feet are about hip width apart. Imagine your shoulder blades are going to slide down into your back pockets. And as they start sliding down, you're going to bring your head and the top of your chest away from the floor. And then slowly take them back down again. And we'll do that again, but breathe out as you lift this time. And breathe in as you lower. Now pay attention to how that feels on your lower back. It may be that you're only happy to come up an inch or two off the floor. Or perhaps you're coming up a little bit further. Regardless of how high you're lifting, I want you to focus on the length through the spine. So that gliding those shoulder blades down the back, and as you lift, lengthening out through the crown of your head. It's an inhale as you lift, an exhale to lift, an inhale to lower. Let's do a couple more. Slide those shoulder blades down the back, keeping that nice length through your neck. So your eyes are looking down towards the floor. And then we're going to bring those hands back under the shoulders. Come back up onto your hands and knees. Bring those knees under the hips again. And then you're going to bring your hand up so your fingertips are by your ear. And then we're going to lift that elbow up towards the ceiling. And then you're going to come down and touch the opposite wrist. And then we'll do that again. So your eyes follow your elbow towards the ceiling, and then they follow it down towards the wrist. And again, lifting up. And come down, touch the wrist. And again, following the elbow to the ceiling, down to the wrist. Let's change over and do the same on the other side. So fingertips are by your ear, and then you're lifting up. And then coming down to the wrist. You can play around with the breath on this one, see what feels good. I like to exhale as I lift the elbow up, and then inhale as I come down. Do that one more time. Lift that elbow, follow it with your eyes. Come down, touch the wrist. And then we're going to bring those knees together. We're going to sit back onto the heels. Now this is where your cushion might be handy again. You could put the cushion between your chest and your thighs. That might make this child's pose a little bit more comfortable for you. Your other option would be to put the cushion on the floor, and then you can rest your head onto the cushion. Take a few deep breaths. Lengthen through your arms, palms flat on the floor, and then gently press down into the floor. So palms press into your mat. Take another deep breath into those back ribs. And then walk the hands back towards your knees and push yourself slowly back up. So I do hope that those exercises are helpful for you. Please let me know what you think in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this, I would love it if you would share it with your friends and subscribe to my channel. And I will catch you next time.